Hey you folks, Cool18 here, and welcome to Let's Play some Endless Legends. About time that I finally get around to playing the fully completed game. I have dabbled with it pre-release, but this is going to be my first time sitting down and really, truly, properly playing a campaign, so we'll probably be learning a bit as we go, but that's, you know, part of the fun and the joy of it. Endless Legend is a game by Amplitude Studio. It's a 4X sort of fantasy strategy turn-based game, you know, very much like a Civilization type of thing, in a fantasy kind of world. So, really excited to look into this because this is sort of going to be a test game, and I don't want to commit to a really, really long game while we're learning things. I'm actually going to drop the world size to small, which is suggesting a 4-player empire, so I'm going to go ahead and just do that. We do have to pick what empire we're going to be playing as. There's quite a few little choices to go with. I'm tempted to just go random for my first time, but we might pick something, I'm not sure. The Draken are interesting because they're super diplomatic. We've got the Wild Walkers, who like to, I think they like to move around and immigrate. If I'm not wrong. The Necrophages are really weird sort of Death Eaters and things. The Ardent Mages are spellcasters, and actually I think I'm pretty tempted to play as them. Their main victory type is Science, which sounds like a heck of a lot of fun. Unit types, you get Settlers, they get Warlocks. They're going to be one of well, every civilization, or every empire, I should say, has something very unique. Oh, the Roving Clans, those are the true nomads, never mind. Wild Walkers like elves. Every empire has a really unique mechanic to them, and the Ardent Mages, the fact that they use magic. The Roving Clans, for example, have the ability to literally just pick up their entire city and move, for example. Again, the Necrophages sort of kind of eat people, which is really weird, and they have very different kind of mechanics, because they're really bad at making food, for example, but yeah, they can start culling the herd, and I don't know, do all kinds of weird stuff. I like the idea of the wizardy type of stuff. Primary power of these sorcerers comes from their anger, having survived a long history of slaughter and starvation. The powers that they discovered and that permitted them to survive were based on dust magic, agony, and rage. They sound like a lot of fun. So we got a warlock, we've got the Ateshi Zealot, and the Neka Wing, and I think they just look really cool. So they got traits, the Arcana of Authority. We do have to start to unlock some of these things. Arcana of Renewal, the Dust Purifier, so I think, +1 Arcana level for all spells on Empire. I don't know, they've got a bunch of stuff, we'll just figure it out as we go. So I got that, I'll leave the difficulty on normal for the first go, and we'll have random empires for everyone else. There is multiplayer in this game, but we're going to play it single player, and let's go ahead and get started. I think it's a very beautiful looking game, really, really love the art style, especially the world map. My only complaint I've ever had about the world map is sometimes I have a hard time sort of seeing things on it. And just because, I don't know, because it's so cohesive as opposed to a sort of cartoony look where things sort of pop out and stand out at you. But I think we'll be fine going into it. So it is a randomly generated world, of course. I left it on the default of the Pangea map type, just because I figure it'll be a little easier. Ooh.
They writhe in supposed discomfort at minor penances that the faithful would not even notice. Their sloth will be their undoing. Without the pain, they cannot touch the power.
Well, alright.
Use your eyes, or I will remove them in atonement.
She looks badass.
See that Origa herself rise in anguish, as we all should. Join me in contrition.
So, there's some sort of like sadomasochist wizards?
Has never seen. Together,
alright, I'm up for it.
embrace the agony and make it our servant.
Agony, alright. Like pain mages, wow. Alright, so here we are in the world, and I love the fact that when you zoom out on the map, it does change things a bit. I'm going to go ahead and drop the music volume a little bit. I realized that I had changed the volume settings originally, and then... There we go. It might be a little bit low. Alright, just a little bit of background music. Don't want to get flagified on YouTube for anything sort of crazy. So we've got our starting here. We've got our first army. We've got a settler. We've got a Telsum warlock. Actually, 2 of them. And looks like we have some sort of ruins that we can explore over here. Select your next army to cycle, which is good. I can show the map grid. And we can show the tile output, but I think that's a little bit ugly. I kind of like the idea of showing the map grid just because it'll be a little clearer what things are, but we'll go without it for now and see how well we can do. I think I'll probably settle in place, not really knowing what to min-max here. One thing that does happen is we will be settling in a province, and basically you just have one city per province. So Moa is going to be our first province. Probably it'll extend, in a few different directions. But the tiles you work are still sort of the ones within range of the city, with different exceptions and weird things. So we got some more ruins here. So we're going to settle next to a mineral-rich spot, which certainly sounds like a good idea. We can get some extra production and things. That sounds pretty good. Get some moss pearls over here. We've got a chromatic landscape here. All right. Okay, let's do that. We've got our settler. We should be able to colonize. And actually, with the settler selected, we can actually decide where exactly we want to place the city. Certainly, I think getting those minerals in early on makes a lot of sense. We could shift to be a little bit more into the forest, but if we start here, we get a little bit more grassland for some food. These tile here, what is this? Tundra. Not much food there, obviously, but apparently it gives us some extra science and some production and some dust. That's the money in the game, the currency in the game. So I guess we'll settle right where we are. That's fine. So we've settled Samoa. We can rename it if we want, but I don't see any reason to do that. We can start constructing things. I do love the user interface, very similar to, of course, Endless Space, which is made by the same company, although I think they did an even better job in this particular version of the game. So it's probably a good idea, I think, to build the Founders Memorial. It is a one-shot construction. We can only build it once in our entire empire. It basically gives us a bonus to everything. And that seems like a pretty good start. Once we get a little bit more population, I believe, we can start to build these borough streets and actually expand the city. Because right now we're just working these hexes here. But if we do expand the city, we'll be taking advantage of more hexes. We can salt the earth and raise the city. We don't want to do that. We can build the Teslan warrior and a settler as well. But we do need some extra population for that as well. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started with the Founders Memorial. I don't think we've got any heroes. Oh, we do. That's right. This hero is currently leading an army. If we go and inspect this hero, what kind of traits does Zarka Atunul have? That's the capacity. Actually, we don't have any... right, we haven't done any traits yet. We haven't done any skills to unlock for this person. We'll probably use them as a military unit for now. I think that's going to be just fine, so we will not assign a hero to the city at all. Let's select the next army here. And we could really just go and tell them to auto-explore, honestly, or even garrison the city, but I think we'll just manually tell them to go and, yeah, search this ruin. Please and thank you. When we found 70 dust there. All right, excellent. That sounds really good to me. So that has been searched now. I suppose the next thing to do would be to search the temple over here, which we will do, but we'll have to wait until next turn. So we'll go ahead and skip ahead now. We have not set a research. So this is the research screen in the game. It is divided by 6 tiers, and to get to the next tier, I think we need 10 technologies before we can do that. Unlock 2 of the 9 technologies required to unlock this area. It looks like there's actually missing a space between the and the 9, which is kind of, so that's all leads to an interesting question, because you can unlock everything on the first tier if you want, but after you've unlocked 9 of these, are you going to want to keep doing that, or are you going to want to start moving to the level 2 techs? I gotta think we're probably going to want to move to the level 2 techs. Personally, I think I might start with something like the public library to get some extra research really, really early on. Although the Geomic Labs is another way of doing that. Any tile that already has science will give it an extra 2 science as well. But I don't think we're going to be working a lot of those tiles early on until we sort of reach the Tundra, for example. We can unlock anything we want, any of these technologies. It's not a tech tree, it's a tech, I don't know, blob or something. Alchemist Furnace would give us... that's if we have access to titanium or glass steel as a special resource, we can take advantage of those. Well, without looking at absolutely everything, improved search on ruins is actually kind of interesting early on. You're going to want to get it as early as possible or sort of skip it. So we already have these. I think that's one of our special things. We can build pillars on the map. Well, we'll see how that works. Let's go ahead and start with the library. Research is never bad in these sorts of games. What other screens do we have going on here? We've got our Empire screen. Yeah, once we get some influence, we can start enacting Empire plans, or we can save our influence to take diplomatic actions. We've got all of our cities. We've got all of our research. List of quests. We don't have any of those yet. Our heroes. All of our armies. Diplomatic relations. Well, we haven't met the other 3 empires yet. And we don't have the final screen yet to unlock the marketplace yet. We need an additional technology. All right, let's go ahead and end the turn then. Should be okay. AI's turns. We got our first quest. Slain! My brother, Verba Abaz, High Sunseeker, the mighty Al Rubit clan, is slain, struck down by unseen hands, and the cushion plumpers, the soft-bellied priests and commanders who buzz around the sign, yada 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 yada. Parley with at least 2 villages to gather more information about your brother's death. We will get a reward of 10 grass silk. Alright. That sounds fine. And we're going to search this temple here. And we found nothing at all. Well, that's very dull. So let's we'll keep wandering around. We'll see the extent of our province. Again, here you can see our provincial borders are the things in blue. And we'll go ahead and do that. I guess that's true. If I zoom out, I'll be able to see all of the special resources that way. Relatively easy. So what do we have over here? Oh, we do have a titanium deposit. All right, that's good. And yeah, we've explored a couple of ruins in our territory. Let's go ahead. We encountered new minor faction, the Sisters of Mercy. So the Sisters of Mercy is a village that lives in the province of, looks like it's going to be Ardent, to the south of us. And they have their own village. Now, there's a couple of different ways we can get them on our side. We can conquer them, or we can do various diplomatic actions to bring them on. If we bring them into our empire in whatever way, we'll unlock the ability to build a Justiciar unit here. So it's some sort of support type unit. They debuff immunity, disease immunity, infantry slayer block. Oh, so like sounds like a really tanky, immune to most things kind of unit, which is kind of interesting. And also, by assimilating them into our culture, we'll get a 5% health regeneration boost throughout our entire empire. 5% for each one of these that we bring into our zone. So this is their little village here. It's currently guarded by a couple of units. And yeah, let's search this. We got 30 dust. Well, isn't that nice? I don't think we want to just necessarily want to go and attack them right away. Now, can we parley with these guys? No, just I'm not sure how we just parley with a village like they want me to do here. Maybe by just being around we'll get a quest. Maybe we just have to settle here. We got bonus population in our first city. +1 population. That's very good. So our population is here. Now, we get a basic amount of food, production, science, dust, and I believe this is influence? Influence. Just from having, say, our city hall, right? This is the amount. Actually, this is production per worker is what this is. My bad. So each worker will produce this many. And then our city tiles will also give us a certain amount. And then there's a modifier which is being consumed by populations, which makes sense. So we're getting 10 just from our tiles. Let's count that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That works out, so that's our 10. We've got 2 people working the food at 4 each, so that brings us to 18 basically. But they're eating 4 food, which brings us to 14. Everything checks out very well. So yeah, your tiles just keep passively adding stuff, which is one of the cool things. And there, we can, our borough streets, we could queue that up after our Founders Memorial finishes, and actually just bring more tiles into our city and just get more and more passive benefits, which is kind of cool. Anyway, let's keep exploring since I haven't figured this bit out yet. We've got a dye deposit, 50% bonus of influence, and 5 extra happiness as well. And there's a village to explore over here, so we're going to go ahead and search that. Not a village, some ruins. We got some more dust. Now we can spend our dust to rush buildings, and it's something to consider. New minor faction, the Hernus. Itinerant tribes that follow herds and crops according to the season, skilled foragers accustomed to living off the land. They are well known for their belligerence and their skill with the bow. So they would unlock orcs for us, ranged units, that's pretty cool, and plus 5% attack per pacified village. Oh, combat bonuses. Well, at some point we'll probably want that. I'm going to loop around this way to explore the bits near us. Oh, and our character has leveled up, so let's go ahead and, oh, it's not the academy, I guess I want to inspect. So we've got some experience points here. So there are 3 trees you can level up. One, I believe, is unique to your faction. So these will be sort of magic-y, science-y kind of things, which we're really good at. One is common, and it does seem to be present and everything, like that Indiana bone, so we get more, better results from runes. And then finally, this person has a class-specific boost that we can go up here. So it is a support type of unit, so that makes sense that we would get bonus defense on all army units in our army. More attack. Actually, we can't get to practice strike unless we pick up no idle hands, which does give an XP bonus to units. I'm tempted to actually just go up and grab the Indiana Bones, which will probably be useful early on. The No Idle Hands for more XP per turn seems like a pretty smart thing to get people leveled up as quickly as possible, and then we could always unlock the Practice Strike. I don't know if more initiative is critical for us as opposed to just bonus attack and bonus defense, though. Alternatively, it is very cool to get the Renaissance Thinker if I was positioning myself into a city. I think this one we're going to keep as sort of an active kind of person. So I'm going to start off with the Indiana Bones, actually. There are up to 2 ranks of this. Seems like a nice thing to do. We can get some slightly better rewards. I like that idea. Escape out of this. And, oh no, I've already leveled you up, so I can dismiss that. End turn. Now, our city must be done. No, one more turn away from that. Okay. You go ahead and finish this move. New minor faction, the Haunts. They get flying units called Ended. That's kind of cool. And 5% bonus science for pacified villages. Okay, that's going to be really, really good for us, obviously. Since we seem to be a very science-oriented civilization, or empire, I suppose I should say. Construction complete. Nothing else in the queue. So yeah, we got our first decision. Do we start building more military units so that we can pacify villages faster? I think we may even have to settle into their territory for it to... Well, that's to assimilate them. I guess we could go and kick their butts first, but we want to settle into their territory to get the assimilation bonus, to be able to assimilate them, which I believe costs influence. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do the boroughs. So whatever tile I build this on, I will get... It will cost me a food, and will cost me 10... approval points as well. So right now we're content. We're at 60%. So will this make people unhappy? By building streets, gutters, and sewage systems, cities can expand without the attendant problems of disease and congestion. Oh, so minus 10 morale on the city tile, but plus 15 morale per level on city tile. I'm not sure how those two work together, but we'll see. Anywho, so we're going to go ahead and build here just to try to gain access. Actually, if we do it this way, we can get a lot more passive research. So we don't get the food, so we won't grow as quickly, but we'll get a little bit of extra production and a lot more science. Hopefully building this on this production tile is okay. I think it's fine. I think it'll give us -1 food on this tile specifically. So if you can build these on tiles that don't have food to start off with, it's better, but we don't actually have any of those. On the other hand, by expanding into the tundra, we'll then be able to build more burrows on the tundra, which don't produce any food. So that seems like a pretty good plan. Anywho, let's keep exploring this way. Did we really not find a goodie hut over here? Oh, that's very disappointing. Yeah, construction complete. Good. Love the user interface in this game. I think it's just beautiful. I mean, we'll find out as we continue to play if it's, you know, very convenient for long-term gameplay. But I think it's lovely. The Endless Space definitely suffered a bit from that, in that I did love the UI and the simplicity of the game when I started, and then it quickly sort of, I don't know, felt like there wasn't enough variation and interesting stuff. So there's an unspoiled ruin over there. That'll be nice to do. What do we get? Ah, another population growth in our capital. Very nice. I wonder if I can I rush this? 276 still. Still a little too expensive to rush it. Search this location. Maybe we'll get some more dust. Ah, we got a new quest. Within a rock in a hard place. Other engravings and diagrams around this ruin that even an idiot can understand it. Somewhere in the region is an enormous chunk of glass steel contains a beautifully forged weapon. Only the cleverest among you, however, figured out that this was the work of a smith who thought he could kill the demons in his mind by stabbing a large block of glass steel. Apparently, even the ancient peoples of the planet were given to flights of madness, so don't feel bad if you're having one of those days. I mean, the titles of things, the puns in this game. Oi. Alright, so there's a weapon somewhere. In order to do this correctly, you must first be in control of the region. Colonize the region of Urnurqua. Rewarded, die. Okay, so this will be step 1 of a quest. So we're probably going to want to settle this area first then, given that particular thing. We'll just scout around a little bit more. So we've got a pretty good... there's some unexplored bits over there. Maybe we'll head over there next turn. I think the forest movement is quite a bit slower, so we're sort of slowing down our total exploration. But I want to uncover all the fog of war so we can figure out the best place to colonize when we get started here. Oh, I got an achievement. Toe in the water. Oh yeah, the pop-up is coming up. I think that's... Did it tell me exactly what that was for? Was it for... Hang on a sec. Play for 10 turns. Alright, there we go. Because previously to this, I was playing the press version, so no achievements in that. So we will want to go and beat up... So there's 2 villages here for us to pacify. That's really good. Oh, and there's another ruin over here. Lovely, a temple ruin. Excellent. So after we finish here, I think what we'll do is we'll go straight into a settler, and then we'll probably build another couple of warlocks. Or maybe just one warlock. I think our hero unit actually might count as a unit in combat. In addition to these warlocks. So one extra warlock we should be able to go and beat up on these villages. We'll see if that counts as parlay. I don't think it does. Search over here. We've got 10 emeralds. Or 10 turns worth of emeralds. Ah, I see. Or something. 100% extra dust on city trade routes, plus 5 morale in cities. So let's see if that affects us right away. Nope, they're still content. So I can spend dust to build pillars. So reduce movement cost or plus 2 science on the title. I will spend 40 dust. Here. I can't put it there. I could put it here. Might not be worth it yet because I'll wait until we complete this burrow and then there'll be more of a boost. Actually, I'm curious. Let's go ahead and drop it down here. We'll see if it adds extra science to our core city tile. It does too. So spend 40 dust and we get 10 turns of bonus science over here. It'll be much, much handier when we get more of these tiles actually brought into our city, but it's probably still worth doing early on. Oh man, I love this race. This is very cool. What I think I'll do right now is I'll just move to the city and then I'll be in a better position to escort our settler. Although I did spend that dust. There we go. Let's spend the dust now to complete the burrows on the next turn. There we go. Settler is next in queue. Research on the public library is complete. That gives us a new building to build. Okay, so we have these already researched. And I think the yellow is another, like, faction-specific tech. Yeah, this is a unit that I don't think other people will build. We'll have to unlock it before we can do that, but ranged units are good. Ardent Fire is cool. The mercenary market, that's the market over here, so presumably we'll just be able to spend dust to buy units. More production stuff. Empire Mint, just make a whole lot more money, which actually might be a good idea to unlock sooner rather than later. There's, oh, you don't even have to hit shift to queue things up. Yeah, I'm going to do this because there's clearly some stuff we can spend some dust on. So the sooner we can kind of get our dust spending in a good position, the better I'll feel. Still don't know how to parlay. I don't suppose there's an F1 key here. Oh, that just brings us this screen. I mean, there's a manual for the game, but who reads manuals, honestly? We're just going to end your turn where it is. Boop. Computing turn. Oh, that's fast research. Our tech is really, really good right now. Actually, where does it tell us? Oh, there we go. Nominal research per turn. The base cost of any research in the current era. Ah, and how much we're actually doing. As you complete research projects, each following project becomes more expensive. Interesting. So unlocking everything becomes less and less viable. Very interesting. Just like... Actually, the geomech labs are going to be fantastic for us. Really, really good. Can I purchase the settler? Oh, no. Need quite a bit more money for that. I think I'm going to tell these guys to just garrison the city so that they don't bother me anymore. Oh, and that's my leader. Well, maybe I don't actually need to worry too much. How do I ungarrison these guys? We actually have militia in the city? Oh, alright. Oh, we don't have movement points to start. Okay, so we spent all our movement points garrisoning the city. Let me ungarrison that now. There we are. I see how it works. And I put it adjacent. Listen. Is the hero now leading the army? I think so. Yeah. Alright, let's actually go and explore some more after all. Probably a good idea, since we can't just rush by our settler. Well, I can now, actually. We won't be able to move until next turn anyway. Okay, that's fine. I probably should have explored it a little bit more in the first place. Settler done. Warlock is next. Research complete already. And yeah, there we go. The cost is indeed going up. I feel like we need a titanium extractor because we have titanium already. And then what we can do is we can queue up advanced alloys after that because it allows us to construct tier 1 weapons made out of titanium, which we have. So it seems like an overall very good idea. Let's move you over here. Actually, I guess I didn't have to do it that way. Take the settler, new army, there we go. And then group all these guys together. Lovely. And then we'll move you into this next zone, and then we'll consider what we want to do. Dismiss that. And turn. Oh, what is this? Ah, Empire Plan. So we've got enough influence points right now that we could enact an Empire Plan, which will last for 20 years. So we can give ourselves more vision, more money from our population. We don't have that many population. Cheaper unit construction, or 20% more science. Well, you know what we're going to do. We're going to take more science, even though we don't have that many cities right now. Our science output is not terrible, especially with these pillars. So that's going to be just fine. Oh, level 3. So let's inspect you. Go to your skill tree. And I think the sooner we start developing experience points for our units, the better. We're going to go ahead and do that. All right. We want to colonize the city here. So let's take a look at what kind of tiles we've got to work with. Oh, okay. I see. Where my mouse is what it's popping up. I feel like we might want to start in range of the glass steel. We don't have to, though. We can sort of just expand in that general direction if we want. Those are ruins. Ruins. So it's the only resource over there. So we want to start close to the glass steel, but we don't literally have to start on top of it. I guess the question is, what do we want the base tile to be, and does it matter? I think more central is going to be... Oh, there's a really good tile over there. What's going on there? How come there's... That's huge production and huge science. Oh, because it's their little village. Hang on, so should I do something like colonize here and then expand my burrows northward until I can get to the glass steel? Moss pearls. Where are the moss pearls? Hang on. Oh, right here! Should I settle on top of them? Enchanted forest. So they have a huge output, and then stuff near them has a good output as well. I don't know if I should settle on top of them or not. It looks like we'll get the effect. Alright, let's do that. Well, we can't do it this turn anyway. I don't know what it's like settling on top of the village. Okay, we've settled here, so our quest has now moved forward. We are in control of this region. We got the die. Next is, now that the region is secure, you must build a glass steel extractor on the deposit. Oh! Well, that's going to take a while since I settled so far away. Oops. Well, you know, we're learning. Empire Mint's not a bad idea. But more tech is always good as well. We're not making any money right now, so you know what? Maybe we'll build some mints here. And after the Warlock is done, we'll queue up a mint there as well. All right, well, I think this is a pretty good start for our very first episode. If you enjoy the series, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment, of course. We're going to continue trying to figure out this game together, and hopefully we'll get better at it. And, you know, if we turn out that we really enjoy the game, maybe we'll increase the difficulty and make this a regular series on the channel. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.